Hello and welcome to this auto negative keyword script, also known as the positive keyword script. So the idea is it will sort of hark back to the days when a keyword was actually a keyword, where now it's more of a suggestion. Your ads are going to show up for all the wrong terms. And that's obviously also a problem with DSA and shopping, and this script will also work with those. And this is the problem that it's solving. We've all seen this. I've searched for dog collars, and this is the first thing I searched for, and this toy has appeared. So let's use that as an example. These guys have got, maybe it's a campaign full of dog toys, and so all they need to do is set up a rule that says, if the search term doesn't include both the word dog and toy, and maybe some other words as well, like maybe if it was dog and squeaky, that's fine, then add that as a negative keyword. So then this would automatically be added as a negative keyword, and the ad wouldn't appear. So the way they would do that, and there's a few ways they can do that with this script, but you add rules. So this is the first rule, and it's going to run at campaign level. And it's running at campaign level in that it's going to grab the search terms from the campaign just because we haven't added an ad group. So you can see we're pulling from the ad group or campaign. If you add an ad group, that's where it's going to get the search terms. If you just add a campaign, it will get the search terms from the campaign. So for all of the search terms from the dog products from over the past 300 days, we're going right back, it's going to say every single search term, and it'll check them all individually, needs to include one, the number of matches, of these terms. Otherwise, they'll be added as a negative keyword. And that's the long and short of it. So obviously, we said dog toys. So what you could also do if you wanted is say toy. I'll just put toy. And then you say, now I want my number of matches to be 2. So I need it to include 2 of these 3. So if someone searches dog toy, it includes 2. Canine toy, it includes 2. Technically, if they searched dog canine collar, it would also allow it because it includes these 2. So that's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is and this is what I like to do, mostly just to sort of organize it. It doesn't necessarily make a difference. Is I like to say, okay, let's sort of make sure the topic's correct. I'm going to add puppy as well. So what this will do is you add your keywords, and let me show you an example. If you go here, this rule checker tool, it's also in the nav, and there's a link here. Paste in your keywords. And again, these can be phrases. They don't have to be individual words. And think of an example search term, like dog collars. And then you can generate the results, and this is allowed. So this will not be added as a negative keyword. That's all good, because it includes the word dog. That makes sense. Then what we might want to do is duplicate this. I actually don't need that. And now let's look at ad group level. I'm not sure they would have an ad group with dog toys, but let's just assume that's the way it's set up. We've got dog toys, and then this one is going to be toy or squeaky, and lots of other words that describe the sort of things people might search for. And so then, if someone searches for dog collars, it's and each one of these runs individually. So now it's going to check all the same search terms, or sorry, all of the search terms from the ad group individually against this rule. So it needs to include one of these 2. So let's update this. So now these are our words and phrases. And our example search term, fine, dog collars, that would now be blocked because it doesn't include one of these 2. And then someone searches for dog, squeaky, bloody ball, which is a great example. Doesn't include the word toy, but it's got the word squeaky. That's allowed. And if someone spells it wrong, by default, that's going to be blocked. And this is where a prox match comes in. Most people will want to leave this on, at least, even if it's a high threshold. But I have a play with it, so I'm going to generate results again, and it's going to say, okay, that's close enough. It's allowed. You have to just think of if someone searches for something which is close in spelling, but means something completely different. I can't think of an example now, unfortunately. But maybe instead of dog, they type dig, and they actually mean dig. I don't know why, but you know what I mean. It's just something to think about. What you might want to do is download search terms from the account, paste them in, generate results to be like, okay, that's perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. And then just grab your keywords, paste them in, and then you know it's going to run as you want. But then for an extra bit of, double checking, preview it. The preview button, it's your best friend. And then it's going to create some output sheets with the negatives that would have been added. So then you can look at those. If you're happy, you can run the script. You've also got preview mode. So preview mode here, if that's enabled, then it won't add negatives even if the script runs, including on a schedule. So the good thing about preview mode is you can set it to run every morning, but it's only going to essentially make some suggestions for you. So you can come in, open up these, review things, add them manually if you want, or just untick it and run it again. You can also get an email every morning. So you could set it to run every morning, email alert on, put your email address in or your team's email address is, and then you're going to get an email. And then you can duplicate this and add as many groups as rules as you want. Maybe different team members are on different sheets. You can run different accounts if you got a manager or MCC account, and it's just got loads of features. So I recommend looking at these little tooltips. So for example, when looking for a campaign name, instead of having to type the exact name in, which could change. So if someone renames this campaign to Dog Products Target CPA 52, then the script won't recognize the name anymore. So what you can do to combat that, well, first of all, you can add the ID instead, and that will override the campaign name. Or you can say contains dog product, and then it will just find it, even if you rename it. As long as it includes the words dog product somewhere, then it'll find it. And this is what I like to do. And yeah, that's largely it. I'm sure I've missed so many things, but I don't want to talk for 10 hours. There's more information on the script page. It's just script 1. This used to be different scripts, but now it's MCC, single account, campaign level, ad group level. It's all in one. There's a lot more information of how it all works, a bit of a deep dive in a Google Doc as well. Further questions, you can comment on the video. You can leave a comment here, and you can also email me. It's charles@shabba.io. And yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you very much.